The CH is pronounced in two different ways in German. Neither of them exist in English, so you will have to learn them from scratch. When the CH is in a combination with A, O, or U, then we make the so-called ah sound. And when it's in combination with I, E, Ö, Ü, and so on, or consonants, then we have the so-called ich sound. So you can see that both sounds sound a little bit similar. The ich sound has a smile, the ah sound doesn't. That's one of the differences. Let's dig a little deeper and let's look at the ah sound first. This sound is basically just breathing out. Okay, imagine that in winter you're in front of a window and you want to make it a little bit blurry, and you just breathe against the window like this. Okay, try this a few times. It should be super simple. The tricky thing is to combine this with a, o, or u. Okay, so you will have to say ah and oh and oh. Okay, practice this a few times. The trick is, of course, to breathe in a lot, to say the a and o and u just very short. Okay, usually I always tell you you have to practice things long. Here, you just want it as a starting point for the sound. Okay, so you just want the a to somehow kick it off. Okay, ah. Oh. Okay, once you get that right, practice it with a few real words, like for example, noch, Nacht, machen, jochen, doch, Buch, auch. Okay, it might take some time. Don't worry if you don't get that right at once. It will take time. That's completely natural. Practice it a few times a day until you get it right. It might take some weeks, doesn't matter. Just take the time you need. Okay, now for the ich sound. I told you that the point here is to smile, but to get more into detail, what you have to do is you have to bite on your tongue here and there. So the tip of the tongue will go down. You see, you don't, well, actually you see that you don't see the tip of my tongue. It goes down, but the edge of the tongue here, I will bite on it. Not too much, of course, it shouldn't hurt, right? Just like this. And then I breathe out. Ich. Okay, so you can hear that the fact that the tongue is up here and in connection with the teeth gives this sound this sharp note. Okay, it's much sharper than the ah or oh or sound. Okay, again, practice it sometime with the combinations of letters. For example, ich, this one is tricky because when you say ü, okay, you have very round lips, you don't smile, and then very quickly you have to get into that smile. If you don't know how to say ü yet, please practice that first and skip it and come back to that later. Okay, when you practice this, you might also slow down and just think of ü and like prepare this transition carefully. Okay, once you get that right, again, you can practice it in real word. For example, mich, nicht, Milch, sprechen, plötzlich. Okay, practice it sometime. It's not so difficult. Don't forget the important thing that when you say the ah sound, you basically just breathe out with an open mouth. And when you say the ich sound, then you actually bite on your tongue here and here to get this sharp note on it. One thing that you should avoid is mixing up the ich sound and the sh sound. So some people do that when they speak German. Instead of mich, they say mich. What do they do wrong? They lift up the tip of their tongue. You can try it. When I say ich, and now I lift my tip of the tongue, I will ich. You see the tip of the tongue gets into the airflow and it makes this sh sound, which you also have in English, like for example in which. So we don't want that sound. The ich sound is a different sound, a sound we do not have in English. Please make sure that you don't mix these two up.